Welcome back, everyone. So today I'll be talking about a different topic. I'll be talking about relocations of foreign travelers today in this video. So I'll be focusing on that. So because many people want to know what are the factors, astrological factors, conditions um, that brings up relocations on foreign travels or makes a person travel abroad. Like some people were asking questions. Some people were asking questions what are the things I can look out for when it comes to foreign journeys or when it comes to me traveling abroad? What are the things I should look out for? So today I'll be focusing on that. I'll be focusing on that in this video. So let's go into the topic itself. So when it comes to foreign travels, when it comes to foreign travels, house, two houses in the astrology plays an important role. Now, the two houses I'm talking about, two houses plays an important role. The two houses I'm talking about is the ninth and 12th house. Yeah, the ninth and 12th house plays an important role because the ninth house is about travels. Yeah, because the ninth house, talks about travels, foreign travels, just like the 12th house also talks about foreign travels. Yeah, both has a lot to do with foreign travels because whichever way we see it, whenever we have um, at a certain moment when travels happens in our lives, these two houses tend to make it happen. They tend to make this travels happen because the ninth house is house of higher educations. It's house of religion. It's house of faith. So a lot more involved with the. It's also House of Ireland. It also covers islands. The United States covers islands, and then it also covers distant travels, just like the 12th house. The 12th house also talks about distant travels, like foreign travels. It talks about isolations and all that, far away journeys and all that. So these two houses, when it comes to foreign travels, it's important we give um, we give them much importance. Like it's necessary we take them serious. We take these two houses serious when it comes to foreign travels. Now let's go straight into placement that brings about foreign travels. I mean that are indications that a person will travel abroad during their lifetime. Now the first one to look at for is the ascendant. Yeah, the ascendant represents the person. It represents your individuality, your personality, and all that. So when the ascendant ruler goes into your ninth or 12th house, it's an indication that a person will travel abroad like in their lifetime. Like it means that this person are destined to move abroad in their lifetime. Yeah, so it's something that is they may move on, they may move her abroad, maybe early or later stages. It depends on other factors in the natal chart, in the horoscope. It depends on other factors, but whenever the ascendant comes at the time a person is born, if if the ascendant goes to the ninth or 12th house, it's a possibility. There's a high chances of such person, moving abroad, you know, during their lifetime. So another conditions to look out for, another factor to look out for when it comes to foreign travels is sun in night house. Yes, sun in night house. Now, sun has a similarity with the ascendant because the sun also covers the individuality, the personal image, the image of the person, the personality of the person itself. So when sun goes to the ninth house, it means that this person, they they will they'll be able to they will achieve this thing in life, their personality, their influence in the society somehow will take them abroad, will take them to a foreign land. Yeah, there's this influence that we have, this image that we they will portray this image that their image, their personality, their influence somehow will take them abroad. So and another way to also look at it is that sun represents father in astrology. Sun represents father in astrology. So this means that this person can also travel abroad. Such person can also travel abroad through the influence of their father. Yeah, through the influence of the father. Like situations whereby a person move abroad through father support, through father influence. So that's exactly the thing about sun in ninth or 12th house. So whenever you see sun in ninth or 12th house, it's high chances of a person moving abroad And also because they also some represent positions or status. Some also, talks about, the personal image of a person, like the image of a person, like individual person. So for me, having sun in ninth house means that, the person journey in abroad is going to help in their personality, like influence, like there'll be more of a great influence abroad. Like when they travel abroad, they'll be able to be your big personality. So it's just indications of sunny nights or 12 stars. It's just indications of you'll be more recognized abroad because some represent respect. It also represent positions and all that. Yeah, ambitions, things like that. So having sun, also sun represent the limelight thing like that. Yeah, the limelight thing, and having sun in 9 to 12 hours means this person will be very, very influential abroad. When they grow up, but they become influential people, like people will know them. So they'll be famous and all that. So yeah, that's exactly, like they'll be more recognized abroad than in their own birthplace, than in their own country or birthplace. They are in their own hometown. So that's exactly what sun in 9 to 12 house. That's exactly what it means. So and another factor to look at for astrological factors to look at for when it comes to foreign travelers is moon in 9 to 12 house. Yeah, moon in 9 to 12 house also another factor to look at for. So moon in 9 to 12 hours, because moon is about comfort. Moon is about comfort. So also talks about home. Yeah. So when you have moon in 9 to 12 hours, it means that such person we have a home abroad. They have their own home abroad, like a property abroad, a home abroad, but it's more like a residence abroad. They become a residence. They have their own residence abroad, their own home abroad, something like that. Yeah, they will have their own home where they live in house or something like that abroad, because that's exactly what moon represent. Moon represent comfort. So it's more like having moon in 9 to 12 hours means that these people we have a house abroad, like comfort. We crave for comfort in a foreign land. We find comfort in a foreign land. We experience comfort in a foreign land. So like a shelter thing, house thing like that in a foreign land. So and another thing with moon in 9 to 12 hours is that it also talks about mother. So we can also just like do the same thing we apply to father. It means we can also apply it to moon in 9 to 12 hours. So it's when you have moon in 9 to 12 hours, it says that the person will travel abroad or move abroad through the influence of their mother. Like the influence of the mother will help the person move abroad through the influence and support of their mother. So that's exactly what moon in 9 to 12 hours is about. So another one we talk about, we're going to focus on is another factor, astrological factors that brings about foreign journeys, foreign travels is Venus in 9 or 12 hours. Yes, Venus in 9 or 12 hours. And when you have Venus in night hours or 12 hours, it talks about marriage abroad. When marriage takes you abroad. Yeah, some people, they travel abroad, based on marriage, mm, something like that. We've seen cases where people, travel abroad for educational reasons, for career reasons. You know, people just move abroad, fly abroad after they're married and or something like that. So in a situation where people move abroad after marriage, we can assume that to be as a result of Venus in 9 or 12 hours. So that's it, because Venus covers relationship, marriage, love, romance, and all that. And also another way to interpret Venus in 9 or 12 hours is meeting a partner or foreign partner. Yeah, it can also bring about through a foreign partner, a person move abroad through a foreign partner. It's like when you're dating a foreign partner, and through the influence of this foreign partner, you're able to move abroad, move away from your own country to another country. So that's exactly what Venus in ninth or 12th house brings. So it's more like saying, you likely move abroad as a result of your relationship. Your relationship will take you abroad. Marriage will take you abroad. Partner through your partner will take you abroad. So that's exactly the thing about Venus in ninth or 12th house. And also because Venus also represent artistic things, creative, artistic related things like that. So like artistic music, acting, also all things related to artistic things. So it can also mean that a person can travel abroad because of pleasures, fun, or expressing their creative skills or artistic skills in expressing their creative or artistic skills and all that. So that's exactly what Venus ignites. When you have Venus ignites, it means there are opportunities. If you have any creative artistic talent, I mean, sometimes the future you're going to find yourself, exploring all of these, all of your, expressing your artistic skills abroad, be it music and all that, and also may travel abroad because of pleasures for your own pleasure seeking and like that, enjoying yourself abroad and all those things like that. So yeah, that's it for Venus in ninth or 12th house. So another conditions is Jupiter in ninth or 12th house. When you have Jupiter in ninth or 12th house, it's an indication of traveling abroad for educational reasons, yeah, or religion purposes, yeah, religion purpose, or like the pilgrimage singing and all that. Like when, because the thing is that generally, when a person has Jupiter in ninth or 12th house, these people, we mostly find themselves, going for pilgrimage, religion, thing like that, going for that. Yeah, people in Jupiter with Jupiter in ninth or 12th house tend to go a lot more for pilgrimage than people who doesn't have Jupiter in ninth or 12th house, because Jupiter is all about religion, it's about the faith and all that. So people with Jupiter in ninth house, they see it as something very important, practicing or going for pilgrimage. They see it as something important, and it really helps to keep their life. They see it as a purpose, something very important they have to do. Yeah, they have to do. So that's exactly the thing with Jupiter in ninth house. And also educational reason, like I said before, because Jupiter covers higher, Jupiter is the significator for ninth and 12th house. Yeah, ninth and 12th house, because the ninth house has to do with Sagittarius, while the 12th house deals with Pisces. It's about the Pisces sign. So when you have Jupiter placed in either the ninth house or 12th house, it means that you will, in your lifetime, you mostly travel because of educational reasons. Yeah, or you find yourself fortunate to travel abroad as a result of education, as a result, scholarship and all these things like that. Yeah, Jupiter in ninth or 12th house, brings about scholarship, traveling abroad, or maybe when you have Jupiter aspect on ninth or 12th house, it can also promise scholarship, traveling abroad, education abroad, some sort of education abroad. So it's promised that it shows that such people are fortunate to travel abroad as a result of that. So another thing about Jupiter in ninth or 12th house is because Jupiter is about children, it's about children. So when you have Jupiter in ninth or 12th house, it can also mean that during your lifetime, there are high chances of you, there are possibilities of you giving birth abroad. Yeah, giving birth abroad. Like some people give birth abroad, after they leave their country, then they give birth abroad and all that. So this is exactly the situation there. So whenever Jupiter comes to the ninth or 12th house, you we find yourself, mostly, not like you find yourself, giving birth abroad, having a child abroad and something like that. Maybe you may have your first child in your own country, but maybe another child coming may probably come in a foreign country. So that's exactly the interpretation for Jupiter in ninth or 12th house. So, and another factor, astrological factors that plays an important role in foreign travels is Saturn in ninth or 12th house. So when you have Saturn in ninth or 12th house, it promises, um, because Saturn is the significator for work, yeah, goals and all that. So when you have Saturn in ninth house or 12th house, it means that Work reasons. You definitely travel abroad because of work reasons, work related reasons, career related reasons. Yeah, so that's exactly so. Most people who have Saturn in 9th or 12th house often find yourself traveling every time because of work reasons. So when you find yourself in a situation whereby you're always traveling because of work, work taking you overseas, taking you here to from this place to all the place and all that different place across the world, it's as a result of Saturn in 9th or 12th house. So these plays in it because Saturn is the planet of work. Saturn is the planet of career. So, and when you have Saturn in 9th or 12th house, it promises work abroad, working abroad as a result of that. So that's it for Saturn in 9th or 12th. Also, Saturn in 9th or 12th house can also mean providing service because Saturn also represents service. So when you have Saturn in 9th or 12th house, it could just mean that you may find yourself in something, you may travel because of service, like serving, engaging in some kind of service related thing. Yeah, service related things. Maybe not necessarily maybe career, but some kind of service, providing service for others, engaging in something that has to do with you serving or being in such kind of activities. So anything that makes you become of duty, obligations, something like that, performing certain tasks and all that. That's exactly what performing certain tasks to others. Either it's paid or not paid, something like that. It's as a result of Saturn in 9th or 12th house. So another factor, astrological factors that brings about foreign travels is North Node in 9th or 12th house. Not node in 9th or 12th house. So not node in 9th or 12th house brings about foreign travels. Now, this is the interesting thing about North Node. North Node means purpose. North Node is about our purpose. It focuses on our purpose, what we come into this life to achieve or what we come to become, our purpose, the purpose to fulfill. What are our aspirations? What are the dreams? What are the things we aspire to become? The things we aspire to be. Our dreams, our aspirations. This is exactly what North Node is about. What's our purpose in this world? So when you have not known the 9th or 12th house, it means that your journey in this life is more about you traveling, making impact in the lives of others, through travels, through foreign travels and all that. So it means that you will definitely fulfill a lot of your purpose in a foreign land, in a foreign country. Or it means that your goals in this life, your purpose in this life is connected to a foreign land. So it's connected to a foreign land. That's exactly the interpretations of not known in 9th or 12th house, meaning you have a lot of role to play, impact to play, your purpose in this life, your aspirations in this life has something in connection with a foreign land. Yeah, has something in connection with the foreign land. Maybe what you want to achieve, what you wish to become. Yeah, it has something to become, has something to do with a foreign land. You may be involved in something that a lot of people will benefit from it. Yeah, a lot of people will benefit from it through you know through spreading it to other countries. It could be your potentials, it could be your business, it could be your career, it could be anything. Yeah, that thing, there's something about you that that it needs to spread. It needs to spread, and that's exactly where not know the 9th or 12th task comes in. So that impact is felt. When that impact is expressed, that purpose is expressed. That's exactly where the not node activates. So not knowing 9th or 12th house, it's more or less like you fulfilling your purpose, your aspirations and dreams in a foreign land and all that. So that's what it's all about. So yeah, and so that is for the foreign travels. Now let's talk about the relocations, like factors that brings about relocations. Also, another thing is that these factors that brings about relocations can also brings about foreign travels too. Yeah, they can also bring about foreign travels. But let's continue. So other factors that can bring about relocations of foreign travels um, as the fourth house. Yeah, we need to look at the fourth house placement or the fourth house conditions, the conditions of the fourth house, because the fourth house represent the birthplace of the person. A person's birthplace is the fourth house, like the place they are born, their hometown, and all those things. Hometowns, all that. That's exactly what the fourth house is about. Now, the fourth house, um, if it's afflicted, if there's an affliction of the fourth house, it makes a person not able to stay at one place. Affliction to the fourth house makes one travel, move from place to place. Such person will be feel unsettled. They'll be unsettled throughout their life. So this is the condition. So when sometimes it cannot be as a result of your ninth house, 12th house alone. Your fourth house can also play in a big role in you moving around different places, moving around across the world and all that. Your fourth house, because the fourth house has to do with home, it has to do with comfort, it has to do with your happiness, emotional state of mind, and all that. And it also has to do with like home, residence, like that. So residence, it has a lot to do with residence. So when fourth house is afflicted, it means you find yourself moving from place to place. Like you'll be moving from from one place to another, like moving from different house to another. You may change home. It can be interpreted as you changing home. Yeah, you change it every year, every month, I mean every year like that. So it can mean like oftentimes you find yourself changing home, changing where you live and all that. So that's exactly um the fourth house, that's exactly what it's all about. So what are the astrological factors to look out for when it comes to the fourth house that can bring about relocations of foreign travels? Now, the factors to look out for is afflicted moon in fourth house. If you have moon in fourth house and moon is afflicted, either as a result of certain aspects of moon or as a result of Uranus aspect of moon, if there's a Uranus add aspect of moon or Neptune add aspect of moon, yeah, it can make a person, move around, travel, relocate every time and all that, bring about relocations. So I'm basically saying this for people who have this in their natal chart, like natal chart, and yeah, what they will go through, what they will likely go through in their lifetime. When people who have displacement or aspects, what they would likely go through in their lifetime. So this is for the people who have displacement in their natal chart. So maybe another time I'll be talking about transit and brings about foreign travelers, relocations and all that. Another time I'll be talking about that in another video. So also another astrological factors that can bring about relocations of foreign travelers based on the fourth house. Fourth house, we're still on the fourth house. Is Uranus in fourth house? Uranus in fourth house. We know Uranus is known to be unstable. It's known to be unpredictable. Uranus is full of ups and downs. You know, so having Uranus in fourth house makes a person move from time to time. They are unstable. They find themselves moving from place to place. And Uranus in fourth house is about something like unconventional, yeah, kind of thing like that, unstable situation, kind of thing like that, rebellion, kind of thing like that. And when having Uranus in fourth house, it means that those people will want to try something somewhere. They won't be able to stay long in their own country, in their hometown. Yeah, this is very, very common for Uranus and fourth house people. They won't want to stay long in their own hometown. They want to try somewhere else. The freedom to explore, try somewhere else. So Uranus and fourth house, we often find themselves changing on from time to time, moving from time to time, or moving from one country to another from time to time. So they won't feel settled in their own place. They will find it difficult to feel settled enough in their own birthplace. So that's exactly what the Uranus in fourth house is about. So another one is another astrological factors placement, special. I mean placement to look for is fourth house ruler in ninth or 12th house. When you have fourth house ruler in ninth or 12th house, so it's in your natal chart. This is like a big possibility, high chance that, oh yes, we definitely travel abroad, travel to a foreign land, relocate, yeah, to a foreign country. Because the fourth house ruler, which is about hometown, which is about your birthplace, is placed in ninth house or 12th house of foreign journeys or foreign travels. So this means that at a point in your life, you will have a home abroad. You will settle abroad or kind of like have a home abroad, a residence abroad where you live. Maybe buying your own home, kind of thing like that. You bought a home abroad or something like that. You buy a home abroad, something like that. So at a point in your life, you'll find yourself, doing any of this. So that's it for the fourth house ruler. When you find your fourth house ruler in ninth or 12th house, so this is possible. This is very possible. Home travel, foreign travels, relocations, and all that. Very, very possible with this. And another factor is I already mentioned this before. Uranus aspect on fourth house ruler or moon. So when there is Uranus aspect on fourth house ruler or moon, it often brings about this. Yeah, yeah, conditions of someone moving abroad, and it's just the art aspect. I'm more focused on the art aspect, yeah, because the art aspect, it's really, you know, it's great tensions. Yeah, it's great tensions. Maybe Neptune art aspect on Moon, or Uranus had aspect on Moon, Neptune had aspect on fourth house ruler, Uranus had aspect on fourth house ruler, Saturn had aspect on Moon, Saturn had aspect on fourth house ruler. These conditions, yeah, or not node had aspect on Moon, or maybe the nodes add aspects of moon, or when you have the node in fourth house itself. Yeah, the node in fourth house also brings about relocations of foreign travels. Where you have a node in fourth house, because it makes you feel unsettled. They always create this desire, especially the north node is about desire. So they always create the desire of wanting to move away from where you are. So when you have these conditions, these factors or conditions in your natal chart, so it creates high chances of you moving. So that's it for that is for the relocations and foreign travels, like indications of that. So if you have your natal chart and you want to see, what factors, you want to understand factors that can, take you abroad in your lifetime, please look out for these factors that I mentioned, these astrological factors that I mentioned, placement, aspect that I mentioned. So if you have more of the ones that are listed here, it's not just about having one placement or one aspect alone. They have to be more than two, three aspects or placement. Yeah, they need to be more. The more they have, the better your chances. So that's it for the that is for the topic. That is for the my that is for the foreign journeys with relocations, traveling abroad. That is for the. So in another time I'll be talking about transits. Yeah, the transits. What are the indications? What are the transit indications of foreign travels or indications? Like the things you need to look out for when you're planning to travel, because people plan to travel, they plan to relocate at a certain time, but they always look out for transit. Like, okay, when is the best time I can travel? Okay, which is the star favoring me to travel at this time? So people always want to look out for that. So in another video, I'll be talking about the the traveling, the transit that are favorable, transit are favorable for travelers, relocations, and all that. So that's it for today. And thank you so much for watching up to this moment. So another time I'll bring you another interesting video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now. Bye.